Welcome to Her Lights, your home for women's sports coverage. I'm your host, Erin Foley, a stand-up comic, TV writer, and most important, an obsessed sports fan. I break down the best games, highlight the best stories, and interview the best from the world of women's sports. So put on your jerseys, stretch out your hammies, and let's do this. Hello, Her Lighters. It's Erin Foley back in the booth talking women's sports. What a goddamn treat I have on today's episode. This guest, one of my dear friends. Man, I am lucky to call this woman a friend of mine. Hilarious comedian. She's a writer. She also hosts like 10 other podcasts. She has raised $1 trillion for HRC. She's just a fucking good one. Please welcome to the big show, Dana Goldberg.
Erin Foley, thank you so much for the introduction. I need to meet the woman you're talking about. She sounds absolutely lovely.
That's you. Get a mirror.
Yeah, that's right. I got my sweater. I've got all the colors, mostly of the United States flag, and probably some other countries that might be doing a better job than ours right now. But it's fantastic.
Today, Her Lighters, we are talking Olympics. We're going deep. You don't have to have watched any of the events to enjoy this program. We're going to talk through it all. I'm always like a sucker for just obviously the feel good stories, but
oh yeah,
I go so deep. And to start this program off, we're going to say that we're cheering for all these athletes.
Yes, we are.
I cheer for all of them. I mean, obviously, I'm cheering for the Americans probably the most, certainly in hockey.
Yes.
But there's feel good stories across the board. But also, we're cheering for the good part of America.
Yes, I think that is well said. We're cheering for the athletes that still believe in the America we want.
Yeah.
So when we say go USA, we're definitely not saying go administration. We're saying go US athletes who have worked their entire lives for the biggest stage in the world in their profession. We want you to take home gold because you still are the best of us. And and that's what we're cheering. There's a lot of female athletes and ones that we know and love. I know you sent one in particular, a nice, beautiful rugby player.
Alona. She's amazing. Yeah,
she is.
Yeah. And this isn't like, I just like to say this, like, this isn't a Republican versus Democrat issue at all. You know what I mean? Like, that's when I'm like, when people are like, oh, these athletes shouldn't be talking out, they shouldn't be politicized thing. It's a human decency. It's a human rights. It's that's what we're up against. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about politics. Well, I mean, they've made it political because it's so horrifying. Anyway, so I'm just saying, like, it bothers me at times because I'm like, there's so much good in our country and there's so much good in people. And I feel very lucky to be an American. And when you look at other countries and they have like no freedom and no vote and all that stuff. So I don't want to bash on it, Yeah.
A lot of these ugly comments about our athletes that maybe people don't agree with are coming from, couch surfers that may not have gotten off their butt in the last 15 years, or they really wanted to be that athlete and they're living vicariously through. And it's a lot of people that could and never would get to the level of these athletes and they don't happen to agree with them, tearing them down. It's just unnecessary and it's unfortunate. And like you said, it's not Democrat or Republican. These athletes are literally competing for the country that they believe they want to be a part of and they're proud of. I'm proud to be an American. I'm not necessarily proud of everything that's going on in my country. I'm still proud to live in this country. And I'm proud of so many of our countrymen and women and non-binary people. So there you go.
There we go. Dun, 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 dun. One day I'll do like a 4-hour daily radio show. Well, we'll have a producer putting in Olympic music. But right now it's just me going, da, da. Okay. So before we get into like fun nitty gritty, This has been my Olympic experience so far. I get up at and I am not a morning person.
No, you are
I
not. I
get
can
up,
attest to that.
oh good Lord. I get up at like
That sounded like we've slept together, Erin. I didn't mean for that to sound like we had slept together. I'm like, let me tell you
for
right now,
years.
Erin Foley's not a morning person. We've
For
just been
years.
friends for a very long time, people.
And we've toured together and I can't with the morning. Dana and I have secretly dated for 25 years and she
And
knows
people
that
ask
I
us, yeah,
yes,
we don't
yeah.
like to put that out in the
We don't
public,
like
but
that. Yeah.
man, she's a kid kisser.
Yeah, yeah. Just we've
Okay.
just been swinging from the chandeliers since 1985. I'm not a morning person, but I get up at I get up with like it's Christmas morning energy, and now I've
Yeah.
gotten to like it's like day 6 or day 7, so I get up at like 6:30 in the morning, spring out of bed loosely. I don't check my phone. And because the night before I've written down what events start at like 2 or 3 or 4 in the morning. And then I run to the television. And I have to say, Peacock does a great job of not revealing literally anything. And
Yeah.
then you can go pick that sport and hit replay, and you're watching it, seemingly live for that person. So
Yeah.
it's been
Some of
fun.
the other outlets not as good at keeping a secret. Like they'll have the sport and it's like
Yeah.
blank one gold. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, I know. I know. So I just try to like tunnel vision. So that's been kind of fun. Like tomorrow, we're recording this on whatever day it is, Wednesday the 11th. It'll air tomorrow on Thursday the 12th. Um, Schifrin's like skiing at like 2:30 in the morning, and I need to like bubble wrap her. Like I need her
Yeah.
to
Yes, yes, yes.
win because she's the 2022 went south and she's the greatest of all time, and she has some struggles with the Olympics of late. So that one maybe I'll get up at like 5. I'm gonna be a wreck tonight.
Yes. We also have to say, for all you curling lovers out there, I'd
Let's
like
start
to
with
talk
curling.
about
Let's
curling.
start
Let's
with
just talk about
curling.
curling because I used to have a joke in my comedy set, my routine about how when I couldn't sleep at night, I used to put curling on. And I want to apologize to every curler who has ever existed in the history of the sport because I was on the edge of my seat yelling at the TV. And I think I understand the sport now. I was also telling my dear friend Erin Foley the moment I would have needed to Swiffer, because I don't think that's what it's called, but Swiffer the ice
Yeah, yeah,
and leaned over the Swiffer that looks about the size of a Swiffer, I would have fallen on my
yeah,
face
yeah,
in a heartbeat. Yeah,
yeah.
I would have pulled something, my back would have been out. How they can even walk on the ice is one thing. It was fascinating. So let's talk about, I know that this is her lights, but there was a her involved in this
Oh,
gold
mixed
medal
doubles. Oh,
match. Yeah.
absolutely. This counts. This is in the realm of women's sports. Absolutely. Cory Thiesse and Corey Dropkin have won my heart.
Yes.
I we were texting during the finals. I first of all, the victory the day before. So they wound up taking silver. They were in the finals against Sweden, a brother
Yes.
sister pair, and the woman had glasses, and I kept saying like I need the glasses to fog up, like I
Just
need
a
them to
little.
win. But they were a little off. Like the Americans were just a little off. But it
Yeah.
came down to the final shot. It was so exciting.
Yeah.
And silver, that could have been gold. You know what I mean? Like to me, it's like it's our first mixed doubles medal. It's
And they
so
knocked off the
exciting.
reigning champions. We don't ever want to, beat the home team,
Yeah.
obviously, Italy, in a gorgeous country. But they beat the reigning champions. They weren't expected to go this far. These are the like feel good moments that we cheer for in sports. So I'm sure they would have won gold. Understandably, everyone wants gold, but a silver medal for mixed doubles and curling for the United States is outstanding.
Oh my God. I was so they had like the best Corey, female Corey Thiesse. She was like, just like locked in and like the intensity and all this fun stuff. And then Corey Dropkin had all this like crazy energy and he'd be pumping up the crowd. Like they worked so well together. And also, this is like what makes the Olympics so much fun, right? So, of course, then I do like the Erin Foley deep dive. And Corey is man Corey. I'll say Dropkin. I'll say Dropkin.
Okay.
It's so weird too because it's like whatever.
Yeah.
The whole like whoever you identify. I mean, I identify like I got one leg in and one leg out. So the Dropkin, the dude, he is a real estate agent. right? He's like, isn't that, it's mind blowing, right?
I
So
love that.
he's been curling like forever, right? Since he was like, I guess 17, 18 years old, right? Maybe even before that. But like, how do you make a living as a professional curler, right? You don't. So I guess if you're huge and you're sponsored, maybe in Europe, but like, who knows curling in America? Just
Right.
you and I
No.
right now.
Yeah,
Really.
basically, that's it. And the four other people that are riveted by this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. So he's a real estate agent and she's a lab tech.
Oh my God. I love this. See, that's why I love you, because you deep dive into the backstory and then I get to learn about all of this. I feel like Mail Corey, we're going to call him Mail Corey,
Milk
is
Corey.
showing people's houses and he's like, and you should see the linoleum on these kitchen floors. They're just,
He slides across the floor. These floors are so shiny.
you
And he
should
just
see the way this
curls.
takes a rock. Yeah.
He goes down the hallway. This is about the length of the rink that I curl on. Yeah, they're
We got
both.
one offer, but if you can push your rock right into here, you'll get it right on the spot and get that offer knocked right out of there. I've got another
Oh,
one blocking an escrow, but we're about to sell this.
real estate Olympic puns. Yeah, I love it. Like I love it. It makes me like yeah, they're both I think he grew up in Boston area, but I do believe they both live in Duluth. They live in Minnesota, or at least she does, but I think both of them do. It's so fun and it's like the beauty of the Olympics, right? Because so so the curling started a couple days before because it goes on for so long and there's also individual and mixed teams and all this stuff. It went on like it started like 2 days before the opening ceremonies. And so did the hockey, women's hockey, which we'll talk about next. So I was like, you know what I mean? Like that was my first instinct. Like, I've probably watched a little bit of curling, I guess, every 4 years. But I was like, well, it started. I'll just like watch it. And then
And
I
then
was
you've
like,
lost 4 days of your life.
I sort of got into it. And then by like the second or third day, like when I knew they were coming back, like, that's like the beauty of like the round robin in the beginning. You get to see them every day. So I was like, oh, they're on again.
Yes,
And
yes.
then I know the story. Then I was just like, then honestly, Dana, like it sort of became one of my favorite events that I've seen like throughout my
Same.
personal Olympic
My
history.
personal, our 2026 Olympics from the couch. This is their favorite. But like you said, I don't know if you want to move on to hockey yet, but I'm so excited about these players. I'm also so excited about the history that we're making. I mean, we've got one of the first Black players to ever score a goal in the Olympics. That's, I mean, kicking some ass. And at one point, there was three Black female players on the ice at one time, which has never happened in this sport.
Yeah, so let's float into USA hockey,
Yes,
women's
please.
hockey. Now, I think regular listeners will know this. I have been obsessed with women's hockey for a very, very long time. And, you know, shout out to 98. That's when it all started. We won the gold in 98. And then we've
Mhm.
been systematically not manhandled, but woman handled by the Canadians in, I don't know, five of the last seven Olympics, right?
Yeah.
And so going into this year, we obviously it's always USA and Canada. No disrespect to the other teams. They're very good, but like we're on a different level
Yeah.
typically.
Yeah.
So going into this Olympics, there was nationals, probably I think November, December, and we played four games against the Canadians, and we didn't just beat them, we crushed them. And I'm like, whoa, like
What's going
that's
on?
now
Yeah.
you throw all that out, obviously, when you go into the Olympics, but I was like, okay. So then every single game, we beat Czechia 5-1, Finland 5-0, Switzerland 5-0. So we go into the candidate match yesterday and I'm going, okay, well, this is the test. Meanwhile, someone scheduled a meeting at noon. The game started at 11:10 and I was
What asshole did
furious.
that? You need to fire yourself.
Furious. It was about women's sports and it is technically my job, but I was still furious. But anyway, going into that game, I was just like, the thing is like throughout every single Olympics, and I literally have watched them all because it's my favorite sport of the Winter Olympics. I'm always like so nervous when we play the Canadians. Again, this
Yeah.
is prelim, right? So we start the playoffs soon, or we start the quarters.
Yeah.
I was just like, I feel like we got this, and we beat them 5-0. Like It was a beatdown.
Yeah, and we don't want to get cocky because, like you said,
I'm
everything
cocky.
moving up. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't want to get cocky. Erin Foley's cocky. But yeah, you don't want to be like, oh, we've got this in the bag because we've seen stuff like this go south. We've seen it with the U.S. Women's National Team in different settings.
Yeah.
We've seen it in hockey. We've seen things change. One play, one mistake, an injury, any of that. But yeah, they look outstanding. I want to make a correction on myself really quickly because when we first started about hockey, I said Laila Edwards was the first Black woman to score a goal in the Olympics. No, she's the first Black woman to score a goal for the United States in the Olympics. And I just want to be clear because there's other players that have scored and I never want to take away their glory. So just wanted to make that correction on the podcast so no one, writes in a little letter to Erin Foley and goes, your guest doesn't know what she's talking about.
I actually wrote you a letter.
Did
Yeah,
you? Oh, is it in my inbox? There it
Yep,
is.
there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
Excuse me, everyone.
retract
I'll
that
wait just a
statement.
moment. Yeah,
Yeah,
not
we're
allowed
gonna
on the podcast any last time with. Okay, this will be my last episode with you all, and it's been a pleasure.
we're diving into Laila Edwards and the tremendous the trio that has broken through the whiteness of hockey, which I'm so fired up about.
Sarah Nurse, Sophie. How do you say Sophie's last name? Jacques. So good.
Yeah. So overall, I am I am blown away. Okay. I am blown away by the depth of our team. Now, going in, I'm just going to nerd out for like 10 seconds.
I'm going to enjoy every minute of it.
Going into the games, right? So we lost again by 1 goal in 2022. And we had like kind of a veteran team. So new coach this year. And 16 of the 23 all play in the PWHL. There's 7 collegiate players on our team, right?
Wow.
So we went with this kind of youth movement.
Youth movement, yeah, younger team.
The college players on our team, I just got the chills, are crushing it.
Yeah.
Abby Murphy, Laila Edwards, these women are like 19, 20 years old. And I think what's so exciting is they hit the ice with this like reckless abandon, enthusiasm.
Because they still have collagen.
Yes,
they have collagen and they heal quickly, Erin.
And I don't know if they sense how big this I don't know what it is, but they are playing with such speed and joy. And I think it's taking the pressure off, the big wigs. I think Hilary Knight's taking the pressure off. It's taking the pressure off.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah. I really feel like, maybe I feel like this combo. I'm not just saying this because Angela Ruggiero, who 4-time Olympian, we just did a little hockey podcast together. Now she knows hockey better than anyone, right? She's a commentator in Italy right now, commentating on the U.S. Olympics. She was like, "This is the best team I've ever seen," and I was like, "This is the best team I've ever seen." But you would know more than I.
Yeah. You're like, I think so too. Let's see what other people think.
They're so fun, Dana. They're so fun to watch. Everybody's scoring. It doesn't matter. Like Haley Skimura, I'm sorry, who plays for Montreal Victoire. We're buds on Instagram. And she scored 2 goals and she is the 13th forward, meaning there's 4 lines of 3.
Wow.
Right? So she's the last forward to get. She scored 2 goals the other day and then got another goal, but they retracted because of goalie interference. But that's how deep this team is. I'm so excited.
I am too, and I want them to get more press. I really hope that the press does what they need to do and highlight this team because the world should be watching this. I mean, you had 1 billion people watch, heated rivalry about very attractive men playing hockey and doing other things. And then all of a sudden, there's all these stories about real life heated rivalry between players on like Canada and US. They're like engaged or other teams that are engaged. And people are starting to put more and more attention onto women's hockey. I think they're not getting enough and they need to get more. I really hope that the social media, because that's where most people get their news from right now, starts highlighting these players and this team so that there are numbers that blow the old ones out of the water when it comes to viewership for this U.S. women's hockey team. They deserve it.
Yeah. Listen, we have to, what you said is absolutely true, but we have to win gold. We can't win silver. No. You know what I'm saying? For them, that's how much pressure is on this team.
Yeah.
But what I'm seeing is I don't know, there's this player, Abby Murphy, who, again, she's a college kid, right? Mm-hmm. She's so dynamic, so fun to watch. She's like flying around the ice. It's like they're so fun. They feel like I feel like they're having fun. Everyone's high-fiving. A couple of them are
They
mic'd up.
probably are.
And I'm just like, this is it. This is what it's going to take.
Yeah,
And
I do love when they
yeah, oh
make up athletes.
my God. I was just I
It's my
need a little
favorite.
bit more swearing though.
I
Like
know. Yeah,
I need a
yeah,
little bit more. Give me what you're
yeah.
really saying. But yes, some historic, nerdy fun facts.
Give them to me.
Laila Edwards, our first black player of all time, which is just absolute, or Olympic player, is unbelievable. So she was like a forward in college. Then she moves back to defense. But this team is so dynamic that she scored the other night from defense. I mean, it's kind of
That's
interchangeable when
awesome.
you get
Yeah,
going.
sure.
She's like 6'1". She's like a beast. And she had a slap shot, which felt like from like 20 feet away. She's so fun to watch. But on the other side of the ice for Canada and is Sarah Nurse and
Hmm.
Sophie Jacques. No, they're phenomenal players in the PWHL. But three black players on the ice at one time. I mean,
And that's what
amazing.
you get to see how the sport is shifting, which is
Yeah.
so wonderful. Like it's not just it's the people that have access to this now,
Yes. Yeah.
access to these sports are widening, and the people that are saying I can do this, and it's not just this, it's representation. It's that little black girl in one of these cities seeing these three players going, oh, there are people on on the ice that look like me, and I've always wanted to do this. Maybe it's not such a pipe dream after all. Maybe I can be in the Olympics. They are really planting these seeds for these young athletes all over this country that are going to grow in 10 to 15 years. And I can't wait.
I know. It's awesome. And if you're not like a super nerdy hockey fan, which is totally fine, those three are not just like, they're good and I can like they're
They're the
Layla
best in the
Edwards is
world.
going to take over and be the face of women's hockey. That's how
Yeah.
good she is, right? Sarah Nurse is basically the face of the PWHL. One of, I'd say top 3. I'm not saying like top 3 best, although you could probably argue that she's top 3 or top 5 best, but like Canadian, like just hero of the country with Marie Poulin, and so like these women are just like they're like hockey heroes, and for it to be like just a little less white is so
It
refreshing.
really, honestly, yes, agreed. Agreed.
Last thing is Hilary Knight. Okay, so she put in at least 1 or 2 goals. So she's tied now with all-time goals, 14 goals, and she's going to break that Olympic record. And then also she just tied Jenny Potter for most points.
Oh, wow.
Right. So one try. Oh yeah, yeah. So wait, no. Did she tie Potter? Yeah, I think she tied Potter. So Jenny Potter, this is another reason why I need to do like more stuff on Olympic hockey. Everybody go take a deep dive on Jenny Potter. One of the greatest of all time. And the only reason why she isn't a household name is because we didn't celebrate women's sports or put a camera in front of them.
Right.
Five-time Olympian. She was like a
Amazing.
mom of like 1 or 2 at least when she was playing. All-time career like points records for the Olympics. I mean, she needs to be in this conversation when we're also talking about Hilary Knight. So
Yeah.
shout out to the OG Jenny Potter. The quarterfinals start this weekend.
Ooh.
Quarterfinals, semis, and then next Thursday at 10 a.m. on the
All right.
19th is the gold medal match.
Okay, I'm putting that
I've
in my
already
phone right
cleared
now. Next
cleared my
Thursday.
schedule.
Yeah, next Thursday, the 19th, 10 a.m. Hockey.
I mean, but I'll
Done.
text you before the quarters and the
Yeah,
semis.
you better. I'm watching all of it. You kidding?
Yeah, it's going to be so fun.
Got nothing else to do. Everything's fine.
Come on.
Can we
You tell me.
I don't want to end on it. I want to talk about the Australian snowboarder that's 52 years old and is shredding the shit out of the mountain. And she's the oldest Olympian. 52. Everyone, so if you're listening to this and you're like, I can't do this, you still could do this. Like
You can do it.
I'm hoping pickleball becomes the Summer Olympic sport because I feel like that might be my only shot in becoming an Olympian unless I move into the Senior Olympics at some point, and then I
Yeah.
feel like I could rock this.
Yeah. Yeah. Claudia Riegler.
Yes.
What a story. Fifth winter games and it's not like she's just like, oh, I'm just
Putzing
gonna
around.
ski women's parallel giant slalom. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's not
Yeah.
like, hey, I entered in tobogganing. Like
No, she's shredding.
she's absolutely okay. She made her Olympic debut in 2002 at the Salt Lake City Games. Okay. After when she was 29, her Austrian team coach dropped her from the national team, telling her she was too old.
Yeah, when she was
When she
29.
was
She's
29.
52, everyone. I'm not sure if you caught that at the beginning of the story. She's 52.
She won the gold at 2010 World Championships. So she declared this is her last Olympics, but next year's World Championships are on her home snow in Austria. And she's like, I want to keep, listen to this, her secret, listening to her body, keeping a positive mindset and the support of family and friends. And she hopes to end her career on her home turf next year. I
I
mean,
love
come
it.
on.
I love it.
I love it.
Absolutely love it. Yep. Great
I
story. Good feel good story for the Olympics. Just for those of you that are like, I'm too old. Not necessarily.
No, you're also like, it motivated me to take a brisk walk this morning because I was like, if she's doing giant slalom, I can get out and walk around my neighborhood and stretch it out.
That's right. I can even take that hill up in here on the Hollywood Hills
And I took
at
a
a
hill
2-degree incline. I can take this.
in 72-degree weather. Just perfect. Um, I think also another thing about my favorite thing about the Olympics is I go from not really knowing the sport, like when it get, we know the major ones, but like, or not following it at all, knowing of it, not following it, to like, again, like with the mixed doubles curling, being on the edge of my seat, and then learning about like a new athlete that I become crazy over. And
Yeah.
last night, of course, some of the stuff I can't get to in the morning. So I'll go in and watch it at night, and I know the results. Doesn't stop me at all.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. So last night I went deep on luge,
Oh,
as you do.
I
First
had
of
a
all,
friend
luge is
that did
insane,
luge in the
Dana.
I had a friend that did luge in the Olympics.
What?
I know. I was like, and I love that meme. It's like luge, especially like the double
Yeah.
one, where it's like I feel like this was like a dare that got out of hand.
Yeah. I I I don't know. You know what I
Or
need
maybe
to
she did
do?
skeleton. And maybe skeleton. I may have just lied about her Olympic history. Either way, those two, the luge and
Whatever.
the skeleton, they're so close. I shouldn't say that because there's probably people listening that are like, I do
No,
that.
it's not.
Yeah.
But still, I just okay. So the whole point of this, well, the point of this is just luge is insane. Like
Yeah.
it's insane. So I was watching, going again every 4 years. I watch luge and I go, what's happening? What's going on? Like what? How did this? I need to do a deep dive on how this started. Like
Yes.
who who's like, I'm gonna lay down on a sleigh and go 80 miles an hour down a sloped ice rink without seeing.
Without seeing anything. Like, it's not like you're laying down on your stomach with your head forward and you can see where you're going. You are literally just like strapped down to I know it's not a board, it's a sled. But I know there's brakes. There has to be brakes. I don't know where the brakes are, Erin.
They keep
I
their arms like at the side, and I think that's where the brakes are.
It has to be. Their hands have to be on it because there's no other way they're going to be able to stop themselves. It's extraordinary.
It's extraordinary. I just like the fear factor. Like, and
Yeah.
also it's like, okay, so here's the point. Ashley Farquharson, that's not it. Farquharson. Oh my God, this is embarrassing. I went through this pronunciation, Farquharson. Ashley Farquharson.
Okay.
I hope that's close. Um, she took the bronze medal, only the second American woman to ever win a medal in singles luge.
Wow.
After 12 years, and here's a cool full circle moment. So 12 years ago, Erin Hamlin got a bronze in Sochi, and she was calling it. She was reporting on it, calling
Stop it.
it,
That's
and
fantastic.
you could hear the excitement in her voice when Ashley won the bronze, and it was
Yeah.
really sweet. She was like, "Oh my God, she did it! She got the bronze!" And then her other host was just like, she tied your record." Like it was super super feel good. But I was like, how doesn't it like just for an American to like choose luge? It's not like this isn't
No.
her backyard. Like you
Yeah.
have to
No,
go
I
out of
agree
your
with you.
way to commit to luge.
You can. And I just got another email from Erin Foley, another correction. I'm so sorry. Yep, Erin Foley. This is definitely my last podcast with her. The skeleton, I said it's not like you're going down face first. That's the
That
skeleton
skeleton.
on your stomach with your helmet. I don't even know how you're even seeing where you're going. Both of these sports are extraordinary, and they are just absolutely out. I don't understand how someone decides that's what I'm going to be when I grow up.
I
If I'm
know.
going to be in the Winter Olympics, I'm going to jump on a sled and just give
Yeah.
give it to God.
I just like bobsled I get, right? It's a
Absolutely.
vehicle.
Yeah, you've
It's a
got a little
vehicle.
protection.
You get in there. It's all so confusing. Like you crouch down and then you just start praying. Okay,
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
it. But Luge and skeleton are I
yeah.
have it's almost I have no words at the fear I feel when those women and men hit the starting gate. I just
Yeah.
go, please just don't like I had one thought last night of like, has anybody died? Like it
I
just
know.
like it's
But
terrifying.
and not to and hopefully this is a good transition. I feel the same way when I'm watching the downhill skiers, though. They're
Yes.
going 60 miles an hour,
Yes.
Aaron. And some of them there, we saw some wrecks. We saw Lindsay wreck. We saw some other skiers wreck. And you just hold your breath because you're like, they were going 60 miles an hour on two slats of
Yeah.
carbon, whatever the
Yeah.
hell they're made of.
Yeah, feathers. I think just glued
Feathers and
feathers.
prayers, just prayers, just prayers.
Thoughts and prayers and feathers.
Yeah, that's it.
I think the Summer Olympics for me, it's like I can get my head around those sports. I'm not saying I can do them, but
Yeah, sure.
I can, you run
They
and
don't
you
feel as
bounce the ball and you
dangerous.
kick and you throw some stuff. I get it. I get it. But the Winter Olympics, also, I was never a skier or a
Same.
loser.
I
You
tried
know what
a
I mean? Like
loser, a
I think
loser. I'm a loser, not a loser.
I'm a loser, not
Yeah.
a loser.
Yeah.
That's got to be a t-shirt.
I should pay. We should make it.
But I cross country skied a couple times. I was like, this is fun. Never did it again. You know what I mean? Just it wasn't part of my upbringing. So,
Yeah.
like we had a couple of winners like early this morning on which I'll report about tomorrow on you know, some tricked out slalom thing and they were both from Vale. I'm like, okay, I get that.
Sure.
Like, you
They
know what I
grew up
mean?
around it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But some of these sports, I'm just like, I can't conceive. I can't even get my head around it, is what
I
I'm trying to
know.
say.
I grew up in New Mexico. I'm like, is there a green chili eating is there green chili eating contest in the Winter Olympics? In any Olympics? Because I feel like that's what I would have got. But I was honestly, if you're gonna, from where I grew up, we had the, the ski and the snowboarding and stuff in Taos and Angel Fire and beautiful areas in New Mexico. But same for me. Whenever I tried to do it, both times I got injured. I
Yeah.
blew my knee out skiing when I was learning, and I hurt my butt on my tailbone when I tried to snowboard. Watching these athletes and what you just said about the Summer and Winter Olympics, I'm trying to think of the Summer Olympic sports that feel dangerous to me. Gymnastics, like those sorts. And I'm
Gymnastics.
watching the
Yeah.
girls do the floor exercise
Yeah,
and
that's
they're
crazy.
twirling 18,000 times in the air. That feels like the equivalent of these skiers who are going off these jumps and these like where they have to do I don't
Vault.
even right, well, the
Yeah.
twist and the turns and all of that. That to me feels like the sort of like the comparison. It is mind blowing how these people know where they are in the air, and then they land. Some of these people that are skiing on these courses land backward for the next trip, and then just ski backward at 80 miles an hour toward the next ramp. And I'm
It's
like,
insane.
what is happening?
I know. I know. I guess if you were like um a spectator, you know, I think the spectator in like track and field with like the javelin and hammer, I think that's as close, like if you're judging the length of it, that'd probably be the closest you could get to like danger. But
Danger.
this, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Like vault and gymnastics is um probably the craziest thing
One of
I've
the
ever seen in
scariest.
the
Yeah,
in the
absolutely.
Summer Olympics. And then all of the Winter Olympics. All
Yeah.
of it. Every single event is insane to me.
Yeah.
All right, a couple more. What do we got next? We
Do we have
got
speed skating? Do we have the speed skaters? We're going to talk about Jackson. Where are we at with that?
well,
No, we'll skip that one. We'll save it.
we've got the speed skating, we've got a lot more coming up.
Yeah.
I've only seen
Hang
one
on to it.
speed skating event, so
Erin Jackson, though, that
oh
whole
my God.
story, she's incredible. And Brittany Bowe, the one, her U.S. competitor, I'll just touch on this because their backstory is so sweet.
Their
Because
backstory is amazing.
when they were trying to qualify for the last Winter Olympics, Erin was considered one of the best in the world, and she faltered on one of the races that Brittany actually qualified for two. Brittany gave up her spot. I think it was the 500, so that Erin could compete in the Olympics. She gave up a spot in the Olympic race because she knew that Erin was the best in this one, and it's just the friendship. Brittany was like, I didn't even think twice about it.
Yeah.
Those feel good stories. I can't ever imagine a dude doing that. It's possible. It's possible. I don't know.
It's possible, but not probable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Erin goes on to win the gold. And then
Yeah.
also someone had pulled out for some reason in that qualification round. So Brittany Bowe got into
Yep.
the event as well.
Because
So,
karma's lovely sometimes.
and also she dates Hilary Knight. So the whole thing is just like,
Yeah, they're kind of
so come
dreamy.
on, come
Come on.
on.
All right, what else you got in your pocket? What else we got here?
Well, two kind of random stories. The heart rate monitor situation. I know this isn't the first Olympics they've done it, but this to me is so ridiculous.
Oh,
Like
you mean on the audience?
they'll put a heart rate monitor on someone's partner or parents in
Yeah.
the crowd. And they're like, "Oh, Cory's mom's really feeling it." I'm like, "You could just actually look at her
Yeah.
and know that she's losing her shit. Do we need
Yeah.
a heart rate? Like it's so dumb. I just think this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yes, it is not as dumb. And I know we're talking about women's sports, but not as dumb as the guy who decided when he was giving his speech for getting a bronze medal to tell the entire world that he had been cheating on his girlfriend.
This to
Can we like
me,
douche of the year? I mean, I don't know why these guys do this.
let's break the story down for people that haven't
Please,
heard.
please.
Norwegian biathlete Sturla Holm Laila won
Thanks for
bronze
breaking that
medal.
down. Thanks for breaking that down, Erin.
Just in case people want to Google,
Yeah.
won bronze medal in the men's 20 kilometers biathlon on Tuesday. He goes to his post-race interview and confesses that he's had the worst week of his life because after meeting, quote unquote, the love of his life 6 months ago,
Yep. 6 months ago, cheated on her.
he
How many?
cheated on her. And he's had the worst week of his life. Apparently, he told that to her right before he went to the Olympics and used his post-race interview to commit, quote unquote, social suicide so she would realize how deeply sad he is and regrets it so much that he told the world. How many red flags do you see in this, Dana? Hit it.
About a half a dozen, maybe a dozen red flags. There's so many red flags. I think there's more than the gates on the slalom. There's more red flags in
Yeah.
this story than there are
We
on
got
the
all the
slalom.
slalom flags made in
And they
Olympic tent.
give it to him.
There
I
weren't
also
enough
don't
flags.
understand. Listen, I don't want to bash guys on this podcast. However,
fair.
I do think there's a weird thing that happens because there's like 3 or 4 stories where a woman wins a medal and then her boyfriend decides that's the time to propose to her. So he has now come in and taken over this moment that she's been building and working for her entire life because he decided this is the time to ask her to be his lovely wife. I just feel like there's a better time. Let your girlfriend have this moment. She's on the podium. She's getting a gold, silver, or bronze medal. Propose to her the next day.
Yeah.
I just
How
wait
about
a
the week
minute.
after? Let her
Come
get
on.
hammered and maybe hook up with some people in the village. And
Absolutely.
then
Because what
you can
happens in
settle
the village
down.
stays in the Olympic Village unless it's COVID, and then we don't know.
And then who knows? Or you're Sturla Holm Ligrid and you decide to be a complete and utter idiot. Number
Yeah.
one, cheat on your girlfriend. But two, think that was a good idea. Like what? Not only I hope does his quote love of his life
Yes.
dump his ass immediately because
Yes.
that's insane. But any future woman going forward
Yeah.
knows that like how
I don't see how he
stupid.
saw this playing out well for him in any way, shape, or form.
What was it? Did he like grab his bros and go, "Hey, you guys, I think I'm going to do this," and they were all like, "That's a great idea. That will work." Who
Yeah.
he needs
I
he
don't
needs
know.
to fire his friends if he has any left,
He won the bronze in downhill and gold in idiocy at the Winter Olympics. I don't even know what he won the bronze in, but he definitely got a gold in something else.
Biathlon. Yeah. Just terrible. Anyway, that was just one of the strangest. By the way, his countryman won the gold. So he's now completely overshadowing his moment.
Oh, dear.
Which he said in the press conference. He's like, oh, I hope this doesn't interfere with my countrymen. It does.
It does.
It does, you idiot. Yeah. But I want to say this. I am going to be a couple things I'm looking forward to seeing. More speed skating.
Yes,
absolutely. There's a team event. Aaron Jackson, Brittany Bowe. I love speed skating. I haven't gotten a lot of speed skating in. Figure skating, watching men's and women's.
I watched them last night. It was incredible.
So fun. I watched the team event over the weekend. USA hockey, obviously quarters, hopefully semis, hopefully gold medal in the final. Women's figure skating too, because men's was on the next couple of days. And then all the fun skiing. And I'm just going to be, listen, I know Michaela Schifrin is the greatest of all time, but I need her to win a couple golds. Just she's so well-spoken. I'm been obsessed with her for so long. And I know she's already won a couple gold medals, but 2022, just that was such a struggle for all kinds of personal reasons. And then she took she had hurt herself last year. And I'm really super, I guess what I'm super invested in is Schifrin, and my hockey and Amber Glenn, figure skating, queer figure skater.
Yeah. There was just a story in the group, they won gold. We've got Amber Glenn and, let's see, who was Amber? I'm going to find this. Alyssa Liu. Yeah, that was the team event. Yeah. So that was their team event, but they were getting bashed for also talking out, speaking out against the things they're not happy about. And they definitely were happy when they won gold. Quite the social media post, but I love it. I love when queer women win. I do.
Yeah, I know. I'm so thrilled. Friday we got women's hockey, so this will air on Thursday. So get up the next morning. And then I think there's the quarters are Friday, Saturday, I believe Sunday, Monday semis or Monday, Tuesday semis, and then finals on Thursday. But every day, get up and watch, and then get outside your house and go play something and go walk up a hill and be inspired by these amazing women.
And if you've got Olympic doubt, not that we want to tell you, but there's some really good basketball games on for Valentine's Day. I think it's LSU in South Carolina. I'm almost positive. So we're going to be sports all weekend and all into next week. So, Erin, I love you. Thanks for letting me come on. You know so much more about all this than I do.
Oh, it's not that. It's just
talking sports with you.
Yes, it's just so fun. Normally, I'm just talking to myself. So to be able to banter back and forth about fun Olympics, yeah. And if let's say you get a little bit of Olympic burnout, oh my God, just pick any other sport right now. You've got college hockey, you've got college basketball, you've got Unrivaled,
you've
got Athletes Unlimited basketball. I mean, it's just how exciting is that there's literally we've got a tennis warm up to the French. I mean, it's insane how many sports you can watch.
Yeah.
Which I absolutely love. Everybody, Dana, tell everybody how they find you and become quickly obsessed with you.
Please do. Stalk me appropriately on the socials, DG Comedy on all of the platforms, Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook, all of that. And then I'll be on the road too. I've got my outrageous comedy tour with all my gala work as well. And that's nope, that's not what it is. It's danagoldberg.com. If I could remember my own website, that'd be great. That's what I got.
Fantastic. DanaGoldberg.com. She's so funny. Go see her on tour. And her lights, rate, review, subscribe, leave me a comment. I absolutely love it. Thank you for supporting this show. Enjoy the Olympics. Enjoy women's sports. Fans, friends, family. Have the best week of your life.